Let's take a look at the where object functionality. You can use comparison statements to filter out the results that are going to be returned to you from your first command. So you will see in the first example, we are using what's considered a simple where object statement, where we are taking the values returned from getService and filtering it out using where object, where only the service's status is equal to stopped. You can also do more advanced filtering using where object. Notice that we are doing a getService again. However, this time we are piping it to a where object that is using something named a script block. Within the script block, you will see that I'm doing what looks fairly complex. In all reality, it's fairly simple. I'm using a special character with the $_ and I'm checking where the status is equal to stopped and where the display name is using a wildcard-like search that starts with Windows. Let's talk about what the heck that $_ actually represents. It's going to represent the current object in the pipeline object. Now, if that sounds confusing, don't worry. It's used while it's looping through the different items in the object set that is passed to it. You can also use a $PS item to represent it instead of the $_. The reason I use $_ is for compatibility reasons. The $PS item variable name was not introduced until PowerShell 3.0. If you are writing a script that you are going to share online, you would need to change that PS item variable name to an underscore so that it can be ran on PowerShell 2.0 clients. Let's jump into a demonstration where we will look at the different ways that you can use where-object. We are going to open up PowerShell on DC1. The first thing we want to run is simple, get-service. We see all of the services on the computer. What if we only want to see the services that are in a stopped state? We will need to pipe this to a where-object where the status is equal to stopped. You will now see that all of these stopped services are what are listed, and none of the running services are showing up. That's awesome, but what if we're getting sick of typing? We can run a get-service, and instead of typing where-object, we can just put a question mark, which is an alias for where-object, and say status is equal to stopped. And notice it does the exact same thing, except it is a shorter way of typing it. Now, what if we need to do something fairly advanced? What if we want to get where the status is equal to stopped and the display name is like Windows? Notice that it errors out. That is because that is an advanced comparison, so we need to use the script block. So let's type get-service, and I'm going to use the question mark so it's less typing, and then I need to use a curly bracket. Within the curly bracket, I'm going to use the underscore variable name, and the period is going to say I want to access the property of this variable named status, where it is equal to stopped, and I want to access the property display name that is like Windows. Notice that it didn't run and it left two greater than symbols in the command line. That is because I did not close my scripting block. You have to close your scripting block for this to run. Now that I have done that, you will see here are the services that are in a stopped state and their display name starts with Windows.